Liberals' new leader says America is no longer a Christian nation. Well, he wasn't speaking about most of us. He was speaking about the people that voted for him. Because we are indeed a Christian nation, and we gather here today to expose the lie that we're not a Christian nation. We'll also expose the lies that we've been told about the ecology. If you get the chance to see Not Evil, Just Wrong, please do. You'll enjoy the clever way that this movie tells you what you already know about the farce of global warming. Liberals deal in extremes and absolutes. They believe that they need to save a $5 billion rock called Earth, a rock that has been here long before them and will be here long after them. Earth, my friends, is safe. It is we who are in danger, and it's because of liberals. The farmers in California are under attack by eco-terrorists, that's what they are, and also our own government, both of which are liberals. In case you don't get the theme of this speech, it's about liberals. But what I want to make sure you guys realize today, and other people have touched on it, is it's not about the farmers. It's about what the government can do to you. They can control you anywhere, anytime. They can condemn your house. They can actually take your house away over a woodpecker. Liberals want to harass the people who are the best stewards of Earth, the Americans. Everybody's getting together in Copenhagen to discuss the planet, and China and India have both said that they're not going to follow this Copenhagen Treaty. But our eco-terrorists are all too happy to cede America's sovereignty because that's where the money is. Al Gore's making tens of millions of dollars off this stuff, and believe it or not, Al Gore finds selling theories easier than selling tobacco. I find Al Gore as useless as an ashtray on a motorcycle. First he says the world's too hot, then he blames it on the world being too cold, changes the name from global warming to global climate change, all to do what? To manipulate millions of people and get millions of dollars manipulating data. Americans enjoy the cleanest air on the planet, the cleanest water when they can get it, the best food when they can get it, and the best medical services, yet the liberals say we can do better. And I say better than who? Korea? China? Right now there's a contingent in the United Nations evaluating our housing to determine if it's affordable enough to meet their standards. Is it good enough? I ask them to watch Slumdog Millionaire and ask India, are their standards good enough? Anybody remember DDT? That's the only chemical to win a Nobel Peace Prize, back when that meant something. But anyway, they tried to ban that chemical, and they did ban it. They banned it back in the 60s, and the outcome was 20 million African children died from malaria. They reinstated it, and of course it's been saving lives for quite some time. Now they're trying to get rid of it again because they've got better chemicals now. But the point is this: do you think the eco-terrorists who killed 20 million African children are standing up to take blame for that? Well, you know the answer to that. So now the eco-terrorists have set their sights on America's farmers. They have put 40,000 people out of work and about 100,000 people downstream from them out of work because the welfare of a fish supersedes the welfare of our people. Farmers are now second-class citizens to a smelt. And you'd think Obama's administration would change it, but when you find out that he's got a guy that works for him who believes that animals should be able to prosecute people, you can understand he's not going to do anything unless we help. So what this really represents is a crisis. And the crisis is what the government likes to use as their vehicle to take power. Eco-terrorists are meddlers and redistributionists, and their real battle is with capitalism. Short history lesson. The Leninists despised peasants as ignorant, petty bourgeoisie who stood in the way of collectivized agriculture, and it's no different today. Liberals feel much the same about us. They feign helping, but they don't. And the outcome in the Leninists in the Soviet Union was 30 million people starved to death. You never let a serious crisis go to waste, Rahm Emanuel. And if there isn't a crisis, you create one. And there is legislation in the Fed right now to not only control the water for the farmers, but to control all water. You guys listen to what I just said. So folks, we are battling liberalism, which in the case are people who say they want to save a fish over humans because that is the liberal way. Liberals are as useless as a trapdoor on a canoe. They'll get that over here later. Now I'm not gonna let the Republican Party off the hook. Have our share of rhinos, let's face it. We are in need of a serious makeover. I love the African rhino, but I can't stand the Washington version. Republicans want to take the high ground in dealing with the left, reach across the aisle, as they say. And I tell them reach across the aisle if it's to choke the crap out of a liberal. Just have your poopy bag. So recently a group of folks like you, grassroots level people, reached across the aisle to choke some liberals, and they choked Acorn. BigGovernment.com, Andrew Breitbart, friend of mine. I'm happy to say I was a part of that. Saving the taxpayers about $8 billion, and we're still chasing those little nuts known as Acorn. So it's not through, but the fact is that the grassroots movement is doing the job that the Republican Party couldn't do for decades. So if you want to know if this works, hopefully I just gave you your answer. But in case I haven't been clear, we are battling liberalism, not factions of conservatism. Because if conservatism splinters, liberals win. I want to ask you guys to really support your local Tea Party people. Get registered with them, donate to them. Washington believes in two things: numbers and money. Now I know you want to hold on to your money. I like holding on to mine. The longer we hold on to it right now, the faster it's devaluing. So think of it this way. Right now your money's worth about a third of it was under Bush. At the end of 3 years it's going to be worth about a tenth of what it was. And if they get elected again, 4 more years of them, and you're going to be thinking Zimbabwe. So when you give your money to us to help, it's an investment, right? You guys know how the Republicans handled the New York 23rd, supporting a so-called Republican candidate who was really a liberal, and the grassroots movement put a stop on that. It's another example of how this works. So again, I hope you guys keep that in mind when you're coming out to these rallies and dragging other people with you. I don't care what color you are, what your background is. If you believe like me, you recognize that America is not perfect, but boy, is she exceptional. America is the greatest country to ever exist. And I'm proud to be a non-hyphenated American supporting this great cause. And I thank you guys for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Kevin Jackson. Great job, Kevin.